Good afternoon, everyone. It's Dakota from Dakota's Den. How's everybody doing today? Here in Pennsylvania, it is beautiful. The weather's nice, it's sunny. And I was just home, relaxing, looking at the news, and I couldn't help but to get on. I could not help. I was looking at Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, and I was looking at some of the videos that Latinos still, after all this time, they still have coming out on the fact that Black people do not want to protest or help them in their plight with immigration under the new regime. Now, I know it's it's not an old story, it's a new story because every day more people are being deported, and there's even a new horrible detention center in the works. But it's been said by this Latino lady that I'm going to show you this clip on, that she feels appalled that Black people are not out helping, that are not out protesting, are not out putting our bodies on the front line. Okay, and the videos are not slowing down, they're coming out more and more. And I just had to get on here and let you guys hear what this particular lady had to say. And remember, what she's saying is what they're all saying. So I'm not discriminating, I'm not picking on her, but they're all like this. So let's check out this clip.
Protesting of what's right, what's wrong. It's just weird to me that they are staying away from all this that is going on. I'm not sure why.
This is what Ivy League universities you can get into with a 3.6 GPA.
90% of students.
I'm not sure what's going on, but I just hope that you guys do realize when it was Black Lives Matters that a lot of Hispanic and even Caucasian people stood up with you guys to represent that we all belong here, that we all need to be respected, because everyone is a human. And weird to me how protests, I'm only seeing like Caucasian people and Hispanic people, and just think that it's weird. Not sure why. But I really hope, America is always about government, it's always about hating a race. Like when they used to hate the Indians, when they used to hate all Chinese people because of coronavirus. Now it's the immigrants. Then when they used to hate Black Americans, Black African Americans. But it never ends. It's gonna come a day again where the government's gonna say something about maybe African American people, and you guys will be attacked again because it happens all the time. Probably like every time, like.
Well, wait a minute. I have to stop just for a second because she is saying that there's going to become a time where immigration or whoever is going to come for Black people. Okay, that may be true. That may be true. But, and I'm not taking sides here, but whose business is it if that does happen? And the fact that I notice Latinos keep saying this, they're coming for you next, they're coming for you next. No, what you really want to say is, I hope they come for you next. Come on, let's be real. This girl here looks like she's about 12 years old, and she's talking about, oh, I thought America was about this and that, not about hate. And honey, where have you been? America, even though it's one of the best places to live on the planet, it thrives on hate. America is hate. And we all listen, we all got along in our hate. We hated in peace. We did. But now things have changed because of the way certain people voted. But she's almost finished. Let's continue this clip.
Like something happens, it's always a race being attacked. So what I'm trying to say is that we will stand behind the people that stand with us. But if you're right now looking at everything that's going on and not saying nothing, not speaking out, comparing yourself or saying that it's not the same. Um, we will stand behind the people that stand with us. That's what I'm.
Okay. Now we know what that's about. She said, we will stand behind people who stand with us. Now, I don't mean any harm, but as history has shown, or as Latinos' behaviors have shown, the only people that Latinos stand behind are white people, mostly white supremacists, because Latino people always want to better their race, right? And to them, bettering your race is to marry a white person and to have half white children. Why, I don't know, but everybody has their reasons. And now look what happened. The same people that you wanted to use to better your race, now want you out of here. The irony in that, how painful that must be. Let me get back to my script. Oh, but anyway, okay, now let's set the record straight. Okay, it's really sad. It's really sad about what is happening to the Latinos because she's right. Everybody's human and nobody deserves to be treated the way they're being treated. Now, some people say, well, you should have voted better. And perhaps that is true. Perhaps that is true. And other people are saying, well, wait a minute. I just couldn't go to Russia and say, I'm here. I'm here to start working. Give me some money for an apartment, give me some food stamps. I'm just here. Okay. I couldn't go to China and say, well, I'm just here. So I'm living here. I'm permanently. My kids are coming here, go to school. I'm going to bring grandma. We couldn't do that. So what I can't understand is why the Latinos don't understand. I mean, what's happening is horrible. Don't get me wrong. I'm not a horrible person. I'm a loving, great person. But what I don't understand is whether you've been here 10, 20, 30, or 40 years, whether you've been here your whole life, if you didn't come in the way I would have to go into China or Russia, why are you complaining? I mean, I don't mean why are you complaining because like I said, it's a horrible situation, but some people don't feel sorry for you. They feel like you should just go and then try to come in the right way like the rest of us do. Okay, I spent some time overseas in England and I was there for a couple of years, but I didn't just go in and say, well, I'm here to work. Came in the right way. I had a visa, I had a working visa, and when it was time for me to vacate before they could deport me, I vacated. And I mean, to me, that's just the civilized way to do things. I don't know. But anyway, like I said, some people might say, well, you should have voted better, but that's neither here nor there. Now, I know that if something was to happen to me and I needed my community or a community to rally around me and help me, I would go to a black man or black, not really black female because it's a female, but I would go to a black man group. America is 19% Latino and 18% African American. So actually, Latinos have more numbers than we do. So they should be able to pull themselves up by their bootstraps, come in the right way, and enjoy what America has to offer. Okay? And when I say go to your group, I mean Mexicans, Guatemalans, Cubans, Venezuelan. And I know you delineate. I do know that. But, to us, you're all the same. You all look alike. You all sound alike. And that's no shade because you might look at me and say, well, what is she? Is she African? Is she from Haiti? Is she Jamaican? Is she Black American? What is she? And the point is because just like all of you look alike, we all look alike. It's just like when I see like an Asian or a Chinese person or a Japanese person, I can't tell the difference. But that's God's design. It's no shade on anybody. It's God's design. And I don't know how I got off on that, but it's true, right? I don't want to look like anybody else except what I look like. I don't want to better my race, by well, you know what? I'm for interracial marriage. I am. It's all good. It's all good. Everybody does what they want to do. So, let me tell you something. I can tell from all of these tapes that I'm seeing on YouTube and TikTok and all other social media, the Latinos are not used. They are not used to carrying the weight of a problem like this immigration problem that's going on in America. They are not used to it. They are spiraling out of control, and rightfully so. But don't think that black people can come and stand in the front lines for you and then you just turn around and go home, because we are used to the burden of America on our shoulders. We are used to it, okay? And I know you will, hopefully, I pray that you never know the weight that black people had and have still on our shoulders. So how are we supposed to come out there and fight for you when we still trying to fight for ourselves? Let me tell you what kind of weight black people have had on their shoulders in America, okay? We were used as slaves. We were abused. We were raped. We were used as women. I don't know, some men too, maybe, but we were used as bed warmers. We were in some strange man's bed just to keep his bed warm. And then when he did come into the bed, he did all kinds of perverted things to us. And there was nothing we can do about it. That is weight, my lady. That is weight. We had to see our loved ones put on a Spitfire. You know how you go to a barbecue and they put a pig on a fucking Spitfire and they turn it until it's crispy and getting done? That's what they did to us. That is what you call weight. Women like myself who had babies on those ships, do you know what we did to make sure our babies didn't make it to America so they would suffer what a slave had to suffer? A lot of people don't know this. Our minds were to the point where we actually threw our babies off the ship into the water to keep them from coming to America to become slaves. Now, that is what you call weight. So if you can't pull yourself up from what you're going through now, then that's on you and you should have voted better. But in the same breath, I have sympathy. I have sympathy for what is going on when I see the children who were deported. One couple of kids had cancer and they were deported without their medicine, without their treatment. Old people, it's not easy for old people to be deported. Listen, I have sympathy for what's going on, but I just feel like you should stay out of our business because we have our own thing going on. And it may be at some point in history, I feel like at some point in history, black people and Latino people will get together. I mean, it's so many of us here, almost 50% of the country is black and brown people. What we could accomplish. What we could accomplish. So instead of being divided, at some point, maybe not at this point, but at some point, it would probably suit us if we would get together. That's what I'm saying. Now, this young lady said that she's appalled that black people won't help and stand in front of the lines for them. Because of what I just said, I hope you understand why. The Latinos that are listening to my podcast, I hope you understand why. Okay, so there's no reason to be horrified or dismayed because we're not carrying the torch with you. Okay, and I'm pretty sure if you're a human being and you can hear and you can comprehend that everything I just said should help you understand better, because I know a lot of people don't know about a lot of things that I just said that black people, especially black women, men too, had to go through. So I don't know why she's crying, because she needs to dry up them damn tears, okay, and come into America the right way, and then get your family over here the right way. That's just how I feel, and I'm not taking anything from you, but I'm just keeping what's close to me, and that is being a black person that is not able to help. Just not able. I got my own things going on. So, listen, as black people, we don't need any more police, FBI, CIA coverage. We don't need any of that. We have enough, and we're just going to leave it at that. Okay, so basically, that's the story about. I'm seeing a lot of Latinos still, saying that Black people should come and stand in the front lines and protest with them. Now, remember some time ago when reparations for Black people, reparations was the big thing. We should have gotten such and such a amount of money for everything that Black people have gone through because of slavery. And people used to say, well, they need to pull themselves up by the bootstraps, but when you don't have any boots, it's hard to pull up your bootstraps. But we did it. And we're still trying to do it. Okay. We're not perfect by no way, shape, or means, but we're still just trying to do it. So, like the reparations, where were the Latinos? I didn't see any help. I didn't see any Latinos standing in line, talking on the social media, protesting for us. Yes, they need reparations. If maybe if we have seen Latinos try to help us get reparations, maybe, unless it would be a definite, we'd be out there standing in line with you 50-50. We would be out there. Who knows, maybe it would have helped. I don't know. But listen, all I can say is the next time the voting, the next election, the midterms are coming up. I'm just saying, you better pay attention. You better pay attention, because who knows, the next president that comes may say all of that was illegal, so we're going to bring mama and papa back. It could happen. It could happen. It probably should happen too. Okay. So, I don't know. My advice for Latinos is to get out of your own heads. Stop trying to line yourself with white supremacy, because white supremacy, they'll turn their back on you at any time, which they did. So the same people that you're trying to better your race with, to marry, to have children so they'll look like white people, these are the same people that are ruining your lives and ruining your family lives. Okay. So I don't know. It seems to me like there's some kind of mental situation going on. Maybe it's some kind of colorism or something like that, but you shouldn't be like that. God does not make mistakes, and God made everybody the way they were supposed to be. Now, listen, I heard of a new detention center that is supposed to be in the works. I hope it's just talk. I hope, but it's supposed to be in the works. I heard it from Tom Homan, the board czar, and it's worse than the detention centers now. I heard that the detention centers now, there's no food, medicine, like I said before, medical care, no showers. But this one, they're going to call it Alligator Alcatraz. I didn't get where it was located. I think it was Florida, because a lot of alligators. Yeah, probably Florida. Alligator Alcatraz is in the works. It's going to cost $400 million to turn this place into an alligator eating concentration camp, which means they feel like, well, we're not going to need that much security, because if they try to escape, they'll be eaten by alligators. And they were on TV, like, making fun of it. Like Jesse Waters from Fox News, he said, well, we should probably have two concentration camps called Alligator Alcatraz. That's not funny. It's that. Now that is inhumane, my lady. Not the fact that we are not out there protesting with you. The fact that there's an Alligator Alcatraz in the works, that's not right. Mm-mm. That is so wrong. That is so wrong. This is America. Ooh, I feel like I'm living in the 1600s, where it's dog eat dog. Only the strong and rich survive. Okay, so that's where we are with the Latinos and the way they voted. And we tried to tell them, but I don't know. They just didn't want to listen. You know that song that's out? It was a whole party. I voted for Donald Trump. Don't do it again. That's what I'm going to say. Now, I don't know if you guys heard, but the big beautiful bill, I'm not talking too much about politics today, but the big beautiful bill, I heard this about 2.5 hours ago. from a podcaster called Jolly. I heard that the big beautiful bill was going to be passed in about an hour or so, and that was about 2.5 hours ago. I don't know if it has been or not, but overnight it looked like they did have a couple of Republicans that was not for the bill. They were not going to sign it. They thought it was not good for their constituents, and they just weren't going to sign it. But something happened overnight. I don't know if they put their hands behind their backs and tried to twist their arms. Some people are saying bribes. Some people are saying whatever it took, they caved. And now they're all for the big, beautiful bill, which is going to be horrible for the red states, especially. I mean, it's going to be horrible for all of us, but especially the red states who mostly voted basically for the Project 2025. So, what are you going to say? And the thing that gets me is the children are not going to have um, lunches in school. The children are not going to have their school lunches, which is horrible. Medicaid is basically almost going to be stripped completely, and it's a lot of children on Medicaid, especially in the red states. Um, and the rich people are going to get if you make over $5 million a year, you're going to get an extra $300,000 a year, from what I understand. And those of us poor people are just going to suffer. The grocery prices are going to go up. I'm on my way to the supermarket now, and I don't want to go, but I have to because my refrigerator is bare. I should show you a picture of it, but maybe another time. And just brace yourself because the big beautiful bill is going to be passed. And I don't know if you guys saw that. I saw a title on YouTube. It said Predator versus who did Predator fight? Predator versus somebody. I can't remember. But they had a picture of Musk and they had a picture of Trump because you know they're going at it. Trump, we thought that Musk just was like, I'm falling back because nobody wants to pick a fight with the president of the United States. I mean, really, you can pick a fight with anybody else, but don't pick a fight with the president of the United States. And we all thought, well, Musk understood and he fell back, and now he's just trying to regroup, refocus himself, get back into, his Tesla and Starlink businesses or whatever. But no, Musk has come back with a vengeance. And I must say, it is like a soap opera. Musk has said, and this big, beautiful bill should not be passed. And he said that the bill, what was it? Where everybody had to have an EV, electric vehicle. By 2030, Musk wanted it to be mandatory for every American to have an EV. Mandatory. You don't have a choice. Just like paying taxes, it's mandatory. You must own. Oh, the EV mandate. That's what it's called. Trump said no. That is silly. It doesn't make sense. Trump said that, hey, electric cars are nice. They're very nice, but not everybody wants one, and no one should be forced to have one. So Musk got mad. Musk is back with a vengeance, and Musk has said during the primary, anybody who is voting against I'm paraphrasing, what I need, Musk is just for himself. Anybody that votes against what I need, I will be backing your opponent to make sure you lose. It's getting sticky, it's getting fishy, and it is so much fun. You got the richest man in the world. He's lost a lot of money. But you got the richest man in the world picking a fight with the president of the United States. So now Donald Trump is saying, well, maybe we should have Doge investigate Musk. Or maybe Musk might need to be deported. I mean, who's going to win? Let's see. I don't think it could be any winners here. I don't, because Trump is not going to be in office forever. I mean, he's old. He may pass away before his time is up, especially if he gets another term. But while he's there, you can tell he's too old to be doing all this by himself. He's got some vicious cronies in his ear telling him what to do. So Musk shouldn't fall asleep on Trump, because Trump has young like Musk, to tell him what to do. Now, Musk, what does he have now? He's lost a lot of money. I think he's got $362 billion. I think that's what he's worth now. It's $362 billion, but all of that is is from America subsidies for his Starlink, and well, and it was his Tesla, but that's kind of sort of done now. But if Trump can kind of bankrupt Musk if he wants to, I would think. So I don't know. This is going to be interesting. It really is. And finally, hey everybody, like, share, and subscribe. I always forget to say that. Please do. You know I'm a new channel trying to go. And you know they're wrapping it up with Diddy's case. I don't know. Some people are saying he's gonna walk. He's not gonna walk. He's facing 15 to 25 years. Personally, I don't think he's gonna get life in prison because it did show that he was a bad person. But they dropped all the state charges, the arson, and the other two charges, the arson and racketeering, and the other state charge. I can't remember, but they dropped all the state charges. Now they only have federal charges. But it's being said that I don't know. Somebody had contacted Trump because state charges. You can't pardon somebody based on state charges, but you can pardon someone based on federal charges. So technically, Trump could get in there and pardon Diddy on those federal charges. But I don't think that's going to happen either. I think Diddy, if he's looking at 15 to life, I think he might get 15. I do. I really do. So, anyway, everybody, listen. That is the story for today. I have a doctor's appointment today that I'm going to get off to. But listen, like, share, and subscribe. And at the end of my videos, I always put a picture up. I painted them myself and I sell them. So if you want to buy one of them, just let me know in the comments. And I will talk to you later. Bye. Now let me try to find this picture. Ah, here we go.